The first is a one-to-one mentorship program. So each 6th grade student in our house area is assigned a mentor at the beginning of the year, and that mentor then meets with students throughout the year. Usually we try to say 10 minutes per week that we meet with them, and that the mentors consist of house teachers as well as those of us that are outside of the house. So I had some students that I mentored. Mike had some students that he mentored. So it was really an all hands on deck approach for the mentoring.
Our goal was once a week, sometimes less, sometimes more, for a student who needed more attention, or especially some friends who were struggling with keeping up, and a lot of us devoted lunch times and other times to work with those students one-on-one. So we were definitely touching base with them. The data in the platform allowed us to see what was going on with those students beyond the subject that we might have taught. Or as a principal, I didn't teach any of those subjects directly. But I could easily discern where my mentees were at based on information that was there on their projects and on their goals. And to just talk to them about, well, what are you working on? What's your plan? What else do you have going on? And so as teachers, we would learn about things that historically we didn't ever learn about, like my dog is sick, and things like that are, of course, very important to our young people. And other things that are going on with their families, celebrations and some sad things too. So the devoted time that we took to do that, I think, was changed the connection between us adults and our students. The way that sometimes happens here and there as you confer about a subject matter, it oftentimes doesn't happen at all. I know as a math teacher, historically, I didn't get to know kids like my literacy friends did, colleagues did when they were reading their papers, etc., about their reflections and their
And I would add that it felt more like my 4th grade class, where I was with my kids for the high majority of the day. I got to know them, got to know their families. And this had that positive feeling to it. But for those that have never taught at the elementary level, it was new. And so I know one of the concerns is that, because the platform is on the computer, that there's a lack of connection between the teachers and the students. And that's not what we saw. I think you guys can say, that we knew our kids much better than ever before at the middle school.
And as a whole child, not just who they were academically in our classroom.
I definitely say, as a math teacher, solving equations and such doesn't really bring up a lot of real life experiences with my kiddos, and opportunities to chat about a sick dog or a tournament they have going on this weekend. And across the board, I saw many more students who were approaching a variety of adults. And as the year went on, I went, oh yeah, that's their mentor, who would say, oh, guess how my tournament went this weekend? We won. Or, they were seeking out their mentor to share things beyond academics, but also academics. I can't tell you the number of times kiddos stopped me in the hallway to say, oh, Mrs. Henry, I passed the test. I'm like, awesome, that's great. And I got a 10 out of 10. Or, they were very excited to share their successes or things that, they struggled with. They would at times, call upon us. I'm going to come to you today during PLT because I have some questions. Okay, come on over. I definitely got to know my students on a different level because of the mentoring, way beyond, because that conversation wasn't always about academics. We definitely had conversations about just in general, the beginning of the year, how are you doing as a student and how's the transition going to the middle school, but also, how is it going outside of school? What are you doing? As we got to know them, tournaments that they were doing or activities that they participated in, or exciting trips they were going on and things like that. They were always very connected, I think. And I have told Mike this too. I think Mike being there and other people like Andy who typically, don't see them necessarily every day, day in and day out. Our students were much more comfortable with them this year than they had been in the past. I'll be honest, I've never seen so many 6th graders who are very comfortable and have no problem walking up to the principal to ask for things. Usually that's kind of intimidating at 12, and they try to avoid him. Sorry, they do. But,
You probably didn't know the chair is chuckling in the
But they, I mean, there was a time where we had an after-school meeting, and so I couldn't be there after school to help them, and they were complaining to me. And I said, well, I'm really sorry. Like, Mr. Comiskey, I threw him under the bus, he says I have to be at this meeting. And they said, well, we'll go talk to him. Where is he? And they were serious. They were very willing to go and talk to him. That wouldn't have happened in the past. They really got very comfortable with him being around as well, and him mentoring some kiddos led to that. Across the board, though, they were very comfortable with all of the adults between both houses, which was new for us.